Hello anybody, I am Alpacapatrol, and this is Dota 2, that's right, I am back to cast another game of Dota 2, and I always catch me going from direct to camera to free camera on camera. I'm joined by Austin.
You're not joined by camera?
No, I'm not joined, well, Camera's
no.
gonna be here too. Speaking of Camera, we had, Cam was on the last episode, he was the last caster along with me, yep.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, so we're gonna be seeing Vanquisher versus Small Yellow People, which is
Questionable team name.
yeah,
but
I have to say, yeah,
we won't hurt him too bad for it.
Yeah,
It's
I do like the use of tilde. However,
tildes are nice. I do enjoy the little. I like to call them little squealies. Until I learned they were.
That works too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could deal with that. Well, see, the reason that you didn't know they were tildes is because you probably didn't grow up playing a bunch of Source games. Because if you did, or not Source games, but I mean like Valve games. Because if you did, you used tilde to get the console in every one of those games. I guess you use the tilde to get the console in pretty much every game.
We say use the tilde? Because the tilde is the shift version of it, right? The little accent thing is what you get when you press it originally.
That's a good point. I don't know. What does that even do, actually?
I don't know what that does. I think it creates exactly what it looks like, but no one ever uses that because when you want those, you want them on top of the vowels. You don't want them next to the vowels.
Yeah, I was gonna say what is it? Yeah, what does it even do? I like what does it do grammatically? I mean, more than anything else. I don't even know.
it's the accent thing you want on the. Well, it's interesting because the accent thing actually goes both ways on vowels, and I don't even know what the fuck that means. It's language, and I don't know why we even need them. They're supposed to tell you what emphasis part of the word you're supposed to put emphasis on, but it's like. I don't know. I feel like that's something you should just know.
You could do something really fancy. You could do like.
Are you typing right now?
I am typing. You can go into the chat and see. Well, actually, I don't know if you can see in the chat. We might be in a different instance because I think there's probably quite a few people watching this game. So you know.
Right.
I type boob fart.
Boob fart. I wish I could see that. I'd really.
I know, right? I mean, that's. I wish you could read the chat. If you could read the chat, you could just boob fart. But the boob fart was. I don't even know what that is. It's not hyphenated. It's a accentu.
Accentu. I don't know. That sounds to me.
I'm not really sure.
Accentu.
So
anyway,
judging Austin, there's a little ritual that I like to do on my Dota Cast series, based solely on the logos. Who do you think is going to win this game?
Well, Small Yellow People, I'm real sad because they don't have a logo of any Small Yellow People. It's just a black screen, or black bar. So that kind of lowers it. Vanquisher, they got like artwork and a little circle-y thing. I'm liking it. I don't know. I think it's an easy choice.
Really? What's the choice?
Yeah. Vanquisher.
Ah, I see. You know, I'm going to have to disagree. You know why I'm going to have to disagree? Because... Small Yellow People, they have the black one, right? They have the little black thing, minimalist vibe. Vanquisher, they spent all their time on Photoshop making up the fancy logo. Small Yellow People, they've been playing Dota. Yeah, they've been playing Dota, man. They don't have time. They don't have time to get a logo going. They've been scrimming and getting sponsors and whatever. Vanquisher, they just spend all their time. Oh, look at this fancy. Look at this V I could do. Actually, the A in Vanquisher is like a delta. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, the A is
I might have to go back. I think I'm going to go for Vanquisher instead.
Yeah, it's like the little line you put in the middle of an A just fell to the bottom. Like, oh no.
Yeah, basically. poor line.
Oh god, it was just like embarrassing for it. Anyway, there's this game of Dota and there's a bunch of pics.
Yeah.
Like talking about it. I feel like this is a pre-6. At least Vanquisher is a pre-6.79 draft, but you know, OD, Alchemist, however they want it. It'd be interesting to see whether or not the Alchemist is support or not.
I'd have to guess that he is, honestly.
Yeah, but with team games, you never know.
Yeah, a team game.
A team game. But see, I mean, just be looking at the bans. The Slark ban's interesting to me. Slark's not really worth a first-round ban. Elder Titan has been nerfed pretty hard now. His spirit, that does even less damage now. So he's not as powerful as he was to deserve that first ban slot, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
Viper
teams
as well.
still have been running the Elder Titan ban first, though. I've seen it happen. I know Roxkiss likes to run a lot of Elder Titan anyway. Old Titan, I'm sorry. So, you know. Yeah, I kind of agree, though. I mean, Elder Titan, not the best ban, potentially. I'm okay with banning the Slark. I think Slark is extremely powerful in the current meta. The thing is, with the 6.79 meta, it's all early game, right? It's all early mid game, which is why I really like Small Yellow People's first draft with the Venomancer. The Venge, I'm not so sure about, unless they're setting something up with the swap. I don't know what they could possibly be setting up with the swap, but I don't know. The Venge seems odd to me. I think she'd be a fine roaming hero to gank with, roaming support. But I don't know. Whether she works well with the Venomancer, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's interesting to me. I'm not a huge fan of Venge because I feel like she does a lot of nice things, but I feel like she does just a lot of all right things. Like she doesn't really excel in any specific part. The swap's good when you're chasing. It's good to get out of sticky situations, and the stun is just a straight up nice stun. But that's really all she gives. I mean, the aura that she has is going to pair up nicely with Weaver for sure, give him some bonus damage. But I feel like there's other picks you could make in place of Venge that would be better, but not horrible in any means. Really just a pretty average support is what I'll call it. I mean, talking about supports though, the Visage is the new like Wisp. Always banned. Visage is just always banned now. He's just way too strong. Soul Assumption is just ridiculous, and Grave Chill is ridiculous. Everything about Visage is ridiculous. So teams just don't let him through anymore.
The tankiness of him, he's like so tanky early
Not
game.
as tanky. They did nerf it a little bit in 6.79. I think they reduced his armor a bit, but it just didn't really change him much. He's just like, he has a nuke, he has a slow, he has stuns with his ultimate, he has damage with his ultimate.
He has split pushing with his ultimate too.
All-around hero, just does everything. And
very strong
just,
hero, yeah. A lot of teams didn't pick him initially. Whoa, hold on, let's talk about the Syllabear. Syllabear, interesting. The reason I think they picked up the Syllabear, I'm sorry, Lone Druid, I'm still struggling with this, giving them their Dota 1 names. Lone Druid, also known as Syllabear, really good against OD. So we're going to be seeing Lone Druid mid for sure. That is definitely going to happen.
I'm very surprised they didn't go the Razor. He's still in the pool, and he's, I guess, quote-unquote, easier to play the Lone. If you have a good Lone Druid player, you can go for it. It's a bit greedy with the Weaver, having 2 hard carries like that, but in the current meta, that's not a huge deal. You can get some good push out of both Weaver and Lone Druid. Lone Druid can lead your direct push while Weaver split pushes. And it does. It actually, I'm going to change mine. I like that. I like it a lot, actually.
I actually like it way more than the Razor in this scenario, just because look at their team right now. The OD gets shut down by the Lone Druid in the laning phase, and Alchemist and Night Stalker. Night Stalker's probably going to be a safe lane farmer. Lone Druid's going to beat the crap out of a Night Stalker. So I think it's a reasonable pick. You know, Lone Druid, people underestimate his early or mid-game power, but the power that it really comes from is the demolish on the bear, able to take down towers do a lot of damage to towers. So generally we see a lot of push strats. This isn't totally a push strat, but and it looks like they opt to get some counter push in the Wind Ranger, who's probably, I guess, their offlaner. I guess the offlanes are kind of gone. It feels so sad for Darkseer.
He was such a fun hero to watch. Vac walls are like the greatest thing. Like, just so much damage gets dealt, and it's so nice. It's just a nice spell, especially Vacuum just on its own.
It's crazy to think that like you go Wind Ranger over Darkseer. Darkseer's not even in the pool anymore. He's like trash tier now.
Yeah, he's just never picked anymore, which is it's so weird because they didn't do anything to him. They didn't change him. They just changed the game around him, and it changed the way his value.
Well, it has to do with like what I was saying. It's all about early and mid game now, right? And Darkseer's a great late game hero with Vac Wall, but
I would say he's good around mid game as well. Not great, but he does the Vac Wall. Once you do get, the problem is you level max Vac and you max Ion Shell in order to lane properly, and so you don't get Wall until you get level 11. Then you have level 2 Wall. So you get Wall at level 10, and then level 2 Wall, level 11. And so level 1 Wall is really bad. It doesn't do much. It doesn't last very long. Level 2 Wall is where you really want it. So you have to get to level 11 to be truly effective. And so when you hit that mid game, the problem is when you get shut down, like a lot of teams like to do now, which is push early and heavily, the Darkseer just can't get going, can't get that good experience, and he doesn't get level 11 Wall, and you lose. So
I've been seeing this won't make any sense to you, but the past 2 games that I've cast in Dota, I've seen Enigma, like, first pick. All right, well, that's fine. Not the biggest deal. Mirana's a totally reasonable pick. I'm totally fine with it. What I was gonna say is I would have liked to see one of these teams, more specifically the Vanquisher, pick up an Enigma, because I've seen him picked up twice in the past 2 games, but he's always picked early, which doesn't make any sense because the other team just drafts disables. So the only way to counter black hole would be, you know, a 5-man black hole, or the only way to like get a black hole off is a 5-man black hole. So it just would never work. But here it actually could potentially work. I mean,
there's a lot of disable on both sides.
Well, now with
Marana,
the Marana,
I mean, I guess
well,
it would be
Marana
maybe for
well.
Vanquisher.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. With Vanquisher, it would have been potentially cool. I would have liked it to see
it's always
like
fun.
a good Enigma. Yeah, it's always good to see black holes. But anyway, so let's introduce the teams. Moon Falx. He's going to be playing on the Outworld, the Outhouse Decorator. Crush Boy is going to be playing the Alchemist, support Alchemist, mind you. Gamblu is going to be playing on the Wind Ranger. Optimus is going to be playing on the Night Stalker. He's not the primary Optimus. He's not even the secondary Optimus. He's just the vague Optimus. No one really knows which Optimus he is. Optimus. Exactly. And Wilhar is going to be playing on the Lich.
Yeah, and up on the Dire side, we're going to have Sparta. The freaking line confusing me. I got to say, these names are way easier than a lot of team games that I used to cast would have. It'd be like, not even just Asian characters, just random characters. It'd be like, oh, well, that's just, I guess, Weaver. Okay, good. No, but we do have Sparta playing the Weaver. Troublemaker going to be supporting on the Venom. Looks like we're going to have a tri-lane, so stand-in.yaw. We'll be rounding that out on the Vengeful Spirit. And I think heading out our off lane will be Marana, played by Sam's Lose, and in the mid lane on the Lone Druid, also Sam's Lose. That's not going to get confusing at all. They're both named the same thing.
Are they both named Sam Lose? You're right.
Yes.
You know, here's something that I find very interesting. The Night Stalker, who is going to be the safe lane farmer, looks like he's rushing a hand of Midas.
Is he?
So, yeah.
He could just be going for. He could just want one specific item quickly, maybe boots. I don't know, but
possibly. But usually that's the build that I see for a hand of Midas. Oh, it looks like actually there's an Invis rune. Okay, never mind. I thought they smoked. But yeah, looks like we're gonna have a roaming support team.
Ooh, look up in top lane with the Invis rune. That could be bad for a Wind Ranger if she gets too close.
There's a sentry in the lane, so they actually already can see her.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Good. So she'll be fine, and Night Stalker's pretty much gonna have a solo lane against this Marana because the Lich and the Alchemist are gonna be roaming around. Lich Alchemist, I don't know about the kill potential of that lane. It's all right.
Yeah, Marana might be a bit of an issue here if they catch her out. Nah, she's got a way to run away. She hasn't leveled up a skill either, so she'll have immediate level 2.
It's interesting that she's not really going for CS here because, as far as she knows, the supports aren't there. Well, now that she sees them, but
ooh, that was close. Alchemist decided not to charge up the stun. I think he realized he wouldn't have been able to get it off.
And she's level 2, so she levels Arrow and Leap, so she should be feeling pretty comfortable. Wind Ranger up against this Shikuchi'd Weaver. She's gonna have a tough time, honestly.
Oh yeah, no, she's not going to get anything really. Like she's already getting very low. It's interesting they opted for the tri-lane because tri-lanes aren't really very powerful. In fact, they're kind of on the weaker side now. Although the Venomancer will be able to pull freely, he's not pulling through, which is unfortunate. So it will push slightly, unless he stacked it. I know it didn't look like he stacked, so we'll push. But that's good for them. They'll be able to get this early tower. And in mid lane, Luna's going to be very careful. He dropped his bear very low. He does have a resummon available. He just doesn't have mana for it just yet.
Use the salve on it. That's that'll keep him. Meanwhile, the supports in the bottom lane for the Radiant are going to be doing the same thing. They're just going to be pulling the whip. Is that a glitch there that I see? Is there? Do you see that red range creep?
Yeah, there is a red range. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Although,
yeah, it's sort of a tri-lane, but generally speaking, you see the supports roaming and ganking, so I'd have to guess that these guys are going to be doing that. Venomancer already has enough money to buy a smoke, so I would assume that they're probably going to do that soon and get out of the Weaver's way.
Yeah, and it looks like the Night Stalker will be going Midas. He is saving up quite a lot of money here. And good, he denied the glitched creep. But here is that push that I was talking about here in top lane. They are going to try to... Weaver zoning out the Wind Ranger all the way. So that'll be good for them. They'll get an early tower, and I don't think bottom lane will be able to push because the Lich wants to deny the creeps, so they're not going to really be able to push as hard as top lane. So we'll see the Dire get an early tower here, unless they rotate to do something about it.
It's always it looks like they're really pushing down here in the bottom lane, or top lane rather.
Yeah, I can't get my there we go.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But yeah, they really want this tower. They're playing so far up front, pulling the creeps.
Oh,
they really
OD has a haste rune. He's coming into this lane.
Ooh, this could be bad. He is going to get the Astral up on the Weaver, but now he does get stunned out, and there's going to be a lot of damage, but he has a lot of damage too. They might kill the Venge. She's trying to juke, but oh, wow, no. Oh, the Wind Ranger power shot got it there.
Yep.
It was, I'm having a little bit of lag, so the damage is coming after the spells.
I see. Yeah, that was an easy first blood, I'd say, for the Radiant team, pretty much.
Gratuitous haster in there for sure.
We do see the OD did opt to go for a bottle, which is common, but, you know.
He's not getting
really
procs. He had no mana, so that might have been the decision there, but either way, it's lucky for him that because he's not getting those procs. Although Mirana wants to rotate mid here. If she can hit an arrow, this will be an easy kill.
Ooh, he already used an Astral Imprisonment, so he won't be able to dodge the arrow with an Astral on himself if he needs to.
He's out of mana as well.
Yep.
And here comes the arrow, maybe. She's waiting. She's patient.
Oh,
there
here
it is.
goes.
Nope.
Oh,
it did
he walked
actually.
back into it.
All right, I think they need a root. Does the bear have root? No, the bear doesn't have root yet, but here comes Venge, and that'll secure it for sure. Yeah. So 1-1. That's an important kill. You definitely want to kill OD as early as possible. You do not want to let him get a little out of control.
He is a hero that can definitely snowball with enough intelligence. Oh, a stun up on the Mirana.
If there is a Lich Frost Blast, that'll tackle dude, actually. Yep. And that'll be 2 for 1. So I don't know how exactly she got caught up. Was she going for a rune?
I'm not really sure. I actually wasn't paying attention to the Mirana. I just heard that the Alchemist stunned. I could have smoked. I don't really know. Not really entirely sure. Lich is feeling rich. Look at this. He's already got brown boots. 4 minutes.
And I think we have a full Midas on the courier? Or we have the recipe, and he has, so Night Sucker has his Midas. He just needs to buy. He needs to be careful, though. They're TPing a little bit here, and Venge does have an invisibility rune again. That's the second one she's had now, but they're...
This is tough. They might be getting into a bad position here.
Alchemist is charging up a stun. He has it. They don't see the Venge. He's going to stun himself, and now Venge is going to return onto him, and Mirana, I think, is going to be able to walk away. So now Venge, this is a weird fight. Arrow's going to miss. Salve up, but they do actually, in fact, get the avoid picking that up, and now Night Stalker will get his Midas, and Venge, I think, is going to go down as well. She's going to try to do something in the meantime. She's trapped in, actually.
Yeah, they can't actually do the damage.
Oh, she's going to tango. Does she have a tango? Yeah, she's going to be able to get away.
Why didn't he follow her?
Can't find her.
Oh, no, he's trapped in by the range creep.
In the meantime, in top lane, or actually, was that mid? No, that was in Ancients. Lone Druid is rotated now. Night Stalker's
oh, here's the Night Stalker. He might go down, too.
He doesn't have very many points. He only has 1 point into Hunter in the night because it's the first night. So the bear will do it. Oh!
The poison is at 1 health!
It does non-lethal. Over Venom's non-lethal.
I don't think the Lone Druid knew that.
Yeah, the bear's going to get him, though, for sure. One
more.
more.
Bear's fast enough.
And that's a killing spree for the Lone Druid.
Yeah, that is not something you like to see on a Lone Druid. He's walking back towards this OD, but...
Yeah, he is demolished on the bear now. That was really fast.
Yeah.
Really fast level 7 on him. OD. Actually about to hit level 7 as well.
And taking a look at the last hits denies, the 2 top members, or the 2 top on the charts for last hits are on the Radiant side, so...
Yeah, the kills slightly in favor of Dire, but again, the farming is going the way of the Radiant. Surprising, I think the Lone Druid's having a lot of issue farming up against this OD. The OD's taking really care of the bear. Bottom lane, Lich wants to throw out a Frost Blast. Night Stalker in as well. Alchemist, does he charge up the stun? No, they're all going to get out of here. There's going to be a void up on the Mirana, so she does want to leap. No, she leaped. Oh, she already leaped. There's a Gale of the Night Stalker. That might have been exactly enough. No, another void, that'll do it. And the cancel on the TP there. So pretty easy there. Rana just seems to be getting a little out there. She's dying. She has leap, and it's just not saving her right now.
Weaver, yeah, is getting closer. Oh, okay. Looks like he's gonna opt to go for the boots, I would imagine, or maybe he's opting to go for a hand of Midas. Not really sure.
He really wants to kill this Wind Ranger. He's been harassing her all game.
Yeah, he has. He's I don't know if he's not really making a firm decision on what item he wants to get. It looked like he was going for the Lincolns, but he might just get the casual Ring of Health for a while.
Ring of Health, Glove of Haste,
yeah.
He's got
no idea what he's gonna get.
He does have he's building 5 separate items.
It's part of the strategy, man. You gotta fake out the other team. They don't know. They're like, whoa, what's this Weaver gonna get? At 20 minutes, he might have a Lincolns. He might have a Ring of Aquila. He might have Power Treads. I honestly, I think he might be going for the...
Mirana's looking for an arrow. OD needs to be very careful. They can dive him even under tower here if the arrow connects.
He's standing in the right position, so I think he knows that this aggression is coming. Weaver is also rotating in here. And they might actually turn to go on this Wind Ranger.
I think this Wind Ranger might be very dead. She doesn't have a TP. She doesn't have to buy one, but she's going to have to go up if she's going to want to survive here.
Oh, she's going to not want to show herself, but she did, so I think they can easily wrap around behind this tower.
Yeah, they don't want to go through the tower directly, though, because it'll be a lot of damage, and the Creeper is going to scout him out here, so I'm not sure the indecision there's going to hurt them.
I mean, the Weaver alone is going to have a tough time, but we'll see. They're gonna try to bait the arrow. Here it goes. Oh, they missed.
But they can still kill her. Oh, she is immune right now. There's the Starfall. Or actually, it's called Starstorm, excuse me. And there, she's gonna be all right. The TP reaction in. OD's gonna have an Astral. Doesn't want to use it now. He will, but the ulti, yeah, it'll be enough.
Drops the hammer. Sanity's in clips. You know, honestly, I think the indecision is what killed them there. They could have easily just dove the tower and killed the Wind Ranger.
Yeah, although I do think the OD would have been ready to TP in there either way. I think the whole decision was bad. Marna actually still in trouble. Does she have a TP? She does. She needs to get out of there. She's in trouble. Yeah, I mean, bottom lane, Venomancer going to get the ulti off, but he will go down. It looks like Marana might take a fall as well. She has a leap that might get her out of trouble. In fact, she's going to pick up the kill on the Lich. That Venomancer ult is doing a surprising amount of damage.
Yeah, Lich went too far, man. Over aggressive. Tried to go for the kill.
Yeah, that Venomancer damage will get you every time. It just does so much. You're not expecting it.
Yeah, Venomancer, one of the strongest early game supports. Bear's going back to the base to get healed up, by the way. That's going to be a quick, easy resummon for him. Or not resummon, but, you know, callback or whatever. What's it called? Return.
Return.
There you go. So yeah, I was just going to heal up the bear in the fountain for a while instead of resummoning it. Because it does have a real long cooldown. I mean, how long is that?
It is, I think, 120 seconds. I'm not sure. Let me look. It is, 120 seconds.
Well, it's 2 full minutes.
Right now, the Radiant are sitting at a very nice 2,000 gold lead. They've just been farming better, and they do have an extra kill, but really it's been the farm on the OD and the Night Stalker that's really gotten them this far. And the Midas is going to kick in eventually with this Night Stalker. He's going to go earn next, and he'll be looking to make a big deal on this next nighttime cycle. He really will.
Yep. Yeah, generally speaking now with the changes to nighttime. Ooh, a root in middle lane!
Could be good. They have the Venomancer coming in as well. Although they do have support from the Lich and the Alchemist coming in. Will they be able to kill him? The bear wants it.
Oh, what an arrow from downtown! What an arrow!
But the Lich armor, just barely almost saved him. And now, hell's breaking loose. Two TPs coming in. 4 heroes from the dire. They're scouting, they're scattering. They want to get out of here. Wind Ranger trying to get a shackle, not going to connect. And now Ronald will pop as well. And that should allow them to safely retreat or go back in if they want to. But there's a lot of heroes here. Oh, man. Weaver is in a bad position. He will. Venomancer actually will end up getting the kill on the Alchemist. And this is just a weird engagement. They want to keep going. The Gale will connect on the Lich. And Weaver has a DD, so he'll get one too. In the meantime, Lone Druid and Marana pick up a kill on the Night Stalker. And this is going to be really good for the Dire. They do give away 2 supports, but they get up a carry, and they're going to get 2 supports as well.
That arrow and the Astral. Odie's in a weird position.
Yeah. And they still want to give it. They get a root. He can really die here. No root. He should be okay, yeah.
Well, that was a crazy engagement.
That was a really strange, really strange fight.
Yeah, I think the Venomancer actually died twice in that fight. He died and then TP'd back once he came back to life and then died again.
Yeah, that whole fight was like the Dire were like, all right, we got our kill, we're going to leave now. Maybe we can stay back in. They want another root. Oh, they're going to return in here.
Not happening. Whoa, the stun on the Lone Druid.
Might be able to do another. Yeah, oh man. They almost got the Weaver too on the back end. He got very low.
Yeah, he's dragging those poor little. Look at his poor little Weaver legs. Well,
like how Sakuchi's though. He's like, fine, don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm totally cool. But look at his poor back leg. It got stomped on, man.
Yeah, that's Sanity's Eclipse. What even is that? Is it just like a freaking otherworldly stars falling from the sky?
It's a hammer, is what. It's totally a hammer.
It's just a hammer.
I'm still actually totally surprised that they haven't pushed down this top tier 1.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that no towers, in fact, have fallen. They do look like they want to push mid. In fact, there's the Astral. They're going to Alchemist stun up as well. The Lich going to take it, and there's a swap. I don't know what that swap accomplished, but they're going to bail out of here. Arrow's going to connect on the OD. That was the worst hero could hit for the Radiant. She will Starfall and get a kill. Now she's going to chase out the Lich as well. She doesn't have enough for leap. Oh, man, it bounces. I can't see it. It's lagging. Okay, it's gone.
Yeah, it did the same thing for me. The servers have been a little bit wonky today, I think.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell what's going on because the text isn't coming up and the spells are happening like before. It's really weird.
Wait, so the Lich ultied there? I didn't even see that. I guess
yeah, he did ulti. It was going to bounce, but the TP was just barely too early.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower
It looks like Lone
is
Druid
under
actually wants to
attack.
get a Radiant series 500 away from a Relic. And it won't be horribly slow.
Yeah,
It'll actually be
that's
average, I think.
That'd be pretty quick. I'd imagine he's probably going to get like a 17-minute Radiance, I'd say.
Yeah, but he's skipping pretty much everything to get to it.
Yeah. He's got 2 pairs of boots.
That is true. I didn't check the bear. Be careful alone there, Night Stalker. It is nighttime, but if you get rooted, you know, there's always that chance you can get rooted again, too.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, like I was saying, actually, about Night Stalker, since the change to how Night works, generally Night Stalker is more powerful in the second night than the first night. He used to be a big first night, or, I mean, he used to be, that's when you were scared of Night Stalker. Hide behind your towers, because that first night came. Ooh, looks like this tier 1 is finally going to go down in the top lane as well.
Yeah, better pick up 2 towers, and that'll give him a lot of gold to make up this lead that the Radiant had. In fact, I think it will go back to 0 now with those 2 towers.
It's actually moved in the Radiant or in Dire's favor.
Yeah, it has.
Oh, Lich is moving in here. He did get a Frost Nova off on the Venom.
Blah, blah, blah. Shackle, connect though, and now Alchemist will charge up a stun as well. This Venge will go down, and Weaver will be able to just Saguchi away. Oh, yeah, let's get Astraled. Oh, if Dinosaur can get the silence off. He does! He gets the silence off. He's trying to Saguchi, but the silence loss is very long. No, he'll be able to Saguchi again. No, he's out of mana. He's out of mana. He's gonna die. Negative Earn? Yeah, he's dead.
2 down.
Regen not there in time. And very unfortunate that Weaver did not have enough mana to Saguchi again.
Also, that Marana arrow threaded the needle between all 3 heroes. I don't know if you saw that. That poor Marana. I always feel so bad if a Marana arrow goes like that. It's like, there were 3 there!
Radiant's bottom
How?
tower is under
Yep,
attack.
yep. It is unfortunate though, because the Tired, you know, they get through towers, they get some gold back, you know, they take the lead, and they just throw away 2 kills like
Yeah,
that.
this is something that I actually wanted to
Radiant's
talk
bottom
about
tower has
before,
fallen.
like when they were fighting. This is a while ago. This is at least like 10 minutes ago. But the Alchemist opted to go for 1 point in Grievel's Greed. I have no idea why he did that. Instead of it, actually at the time when he could have had Acid Spray, which would have probably secured that really weird fight down in the bottom lane.
Yeah.
He could have had Acid Spray, but he went for the Grievel's Greed. I don't know why you would go for Grievel's Greed as a support Alchemist.
Yeah, when you're playing a support Alchemist, you'd think, oh, you know, 1 point into it gets a little bit of bonus gold that helps. It really doesn't help. It's so low at level 1, it just doesn't really do anything to really get you that next item that you want. It doesn't, because you're not going to be farming. Like the Alchemist is 2 last hits. He's Grievel's Greed 2 last hits, so it doesn't help you. In the meantime, Night Stalker actually way overextending into the enemy jungle. That's interesting. They went up there like that alone, really.
Yeah, I mean, there was literally a dire ward right where he was farming, so.
Right. Even just like, if you know there's no ward, it's just dangerous. I mean, you're not that powerful as a Night Stalker. Even in the first night, yeah, you can get pickoffs, but you need to know that you're going to be in like a one-on-one situation.
Ooh, into the jungle.
And
This
yeah,
Alchemist
they're
is in an
moving
awkward
through here.
position. But yeah, I mean, so not only that, like even if it does, if you do want to get
Radiant's
more
middle
gold,
tower
it
is
doesn't
under
really
attack.
matter because the Acid Spray is just so good. The minus armor, it does 3 minus armor at that
And
level, and around
yeah.
level 2, that's pretty much all the armor any hero has at the base level.
So this does end up being a pretty fast Radiance now. He has completed it. It's on the bear, and there's a DD rune as well. So these supports are going to melt. Wind Ranger, excuse me, Lich. Even Alchemist to a point, if he doesn't have his ultimate enough, they will just melt. And that's going to be really good. They're going to look to be very aggressive and try to take some towers with his Radiance now. In fact, this Lich and this OD are in a bad spot. They're going to ulti to engage here. We could have a really big fight.
Sentries
very
both
nice.
popped.
Double Sentry. Alchemist is going to throw this on Venge and try to bring her down early, or go the Weaver Bugs. They're going to connect on the Lich. TP in from the Night Stalker. OD in as well. Does he have a hammer? He does. He can pop it. There it is. Does a lot of damage. Blenderman's ulti does go off. Radiant look like they're losing this fight. OD's going to try to get the Marana. Will get the Marana before he dies. It's going to be a big win for Dire. If they can pick this off this Alchemist, too, it'd be very nice. If they can get a lucky root, maybe. He's going to die for it.
They got a Radiance.
3 down.
That's a 4 for 2 trade. Dire getting big there, doing a lot of damage. The longer that fight went on, ooh, Lone Druid. If that bear would have died, he would have been very close to death. But, you know, that fight was very dragged on, so the Radiants did end up doing a lot of damage because the bear was just wailing away on everybody. And this will allow them probably to get a tier 2, although the respawn times are very low, so they might not actually get this because they don't have the backs to heal up here.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, it's 6.79 all over, isn't it? Like where you just fighting at like 17 minutes, and you're thinking, you know, the kind of fights that you're taking, these big team fights, 10 hero team fights. generally, or at least back in the day, you have those 10 hero team fights. You could just push down towers, push down racks. That doesn't happen here because everybody's up in like 5 seconds.
Yeah. You do it to get a lead, and once you get a lead, you just want to keep fighting and keep rolling until you gain the strong enough advantage to push, take a Roche safely, and just guarantee the game.
Yeah, right now the Lone Druid being so far ahead is fantastic for the Dire. I think they're very excited about that. Oh my god, hold on. AdAware wanted to pop up on my screen. Okay, wait, hold on. Looks like there's a fight here in the bottom lane.
Yeah, in the meantime, in the bottom lane, Night Stalker, Bug's going to go out, Weaver going to hit 2. Venomancer Gale, the Windrunner will go down very quickly. And I think the Radiant just need to leave and take their losses. Widrow? No, she might die to the Bug. No, she doesn't. It was 1 hit away. Alchemist going to ulti, that'll give him his health back. Bear just doing Radiance damage. Wants to kill the Windrunner, not going to get there in time. In fact, they might get a free Bear kill here. If he can't get it out of range in time, Void will do it. He'll go down. And they'll get a Bear kill. Who's going to go to? It'll go to...
Oh, the Bear's so quick! Oh, negative burn! He got it!
Got it back! Did it die?
I think it did die.
So died to negative burn, so Night Stalker picks that up.
He really should have resummoned the Bear. He had the resummon ready to go. So that's, it's 300 gold, which is great.
I don't think no one died there for the Radiant. The Windrunner got away.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. She
just barely killed that Bug at the last second.
She got the wind run off, yeah, and that saved her life. Mirana's split pushing here up in the top lane, but I don't think she's really going to do anything, and the Shackle doesn't actually manage to connect. Although it could have. I mean, Shackles are just so weird. Oh, Frost Nova going to hit on the range creep instead of the Mirana, but, who cares if it hits on the Mirana? She does have a leap. And Lone Druid standing here in the jungle. Looks like he's waiting to see if he could find someone.
He's going to actually DC, so we'll have a pause.
Ah, okay. I was wondering what he was doing there. I was like,
yeah.
Lone Druid, not the best ganking hero.
So looking at the gold graph right now, that fight and subsequent after fight really gave the Dire a nice lead, 3,000 gold, actually about 3,500 gold. So they're sitting very nice. This is exactly where they want to be. They have the stronger late game, I'd say. Weaver will do ridiculous damage. Lone Druid will do ridiculous damage. He'll be very hard to kill. They'll both be very hard to kill. And then there's also Mirana, who's playing also a carry. She's 5 and 4. She's 2,000 gold with drums in face. She's ready to go carries too. So they will have ridiculous physical damage, plus the Venge Aura, which is 12% bonus damage. They're just going to be doing so much damage that the Radiant are not going to be able to handle it. So as long as this game stays in their control, they will smooth to an easy victory here. If they just keep calm, take the right engagements like they do, it'll be an easy win for them.
Honestly, even with a hard carry like Lone Druid, if they don't keep the game in their control, they still have all of their towers up. Say they lose all their towers, they still have a Lone Druid. Lone Druid is a great comeback hero. He is one of the hardest carries in the game, so I think he's already pretty far ahead. It's going to be very difficult for the Radiant team to even come back from this kind of deficit. I mean, with that Radiance so quick, and only 600 gold on the Lone Druid right now, so he's actually not farming that well post-Radiance. But unless he has something on the Courier. No, he doesn't. Actually, it's an empty Courier.
Yeah, I'm surprised. He did get a triple kill after that Radiance, so I feel like he should have something else. Maybe I think he upgraded to Phase Boots and upgraded to Tranquils on himself.
Yep, I think that is exactly what happened there. Which, good mid-game items, for sure. I mean, getting the especially the Phase Boots on the Bear, that'll secure kills with the Radiance. So, Lone Druid, I think he's fallen a little bit out of favor in the meta. A bit, just because, the late game teams are not super valuable. But I think Lone Druid is a strong mid-game pusher, and that's good enough, really.
My net worth tab is completely broken. It's not counting items for some reason on the Lone Druid, so I can't tell you. I think he is definitely on the top, though. But, the Radiant are still in this. They just need to get a really nice engagement here. They really need to get a nice fight that they start, or it's just going to go poorly for them. They need to make sure they lock down the Weaver. He's just been jumping around the fights, doing a bunch of damage. The Bear's been running around the fights, doing a bunch of damage. They just don't have any control, and they have a bunch of stuns and abilities to do that, so they really need to take fights on their own terms here.
Weaver has he's going to have a pretty on-time, I'd say, Lincoln Sphere, which will be nice.
It'll be a little slow. He needs another 1,000 gold to get the recipe, and a fast Lincoln's is about 19 minutes, so it will be, I think, a little bit below average.
But it's roughly about on time. So he's not having the greatest game. He's 1, 2, and 5. So he's not. It's still pretty good considering how the kind of way the game is going for him. And
Right.
apparently, the Weaver says cuming.
He is cuming.
Yeah, Sri for weight. Apparently.
Three for wait, 3 for weight, cuming.
Ah, cuming Sri for weight.
Of course. How could we forget?
Yeah, so I don't know, man. The Radiant are not in the best position. Now, I will say, the Night Stalker does have a Hand of Midas. So, if you want a comeback mechanic built into items, Hand of Midas, good comeback mechanic.
Yep. And I mean, this alchemist, what is he building right now? He is, he's building straight support, so he's really not going to offer anything in the late game. You can see alchemists transition if they do decently. If they do well, they can transition from support to carry very easily. But even if you do all right, you can still make that transition. But because Alchemist is 0-3, he's buying wards, he's doing all these support things, he's not going to be effective at all in the late game. He's just going to be a stun dummy.
And strangely, he has gotten a second point into Grievel's greed.
I guess you could say he's being quite greedy. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
I mean, I don't see it.
No,
you level it up, the acid spray, and it's worth every level. It's not one of those spells that there's no point of leveling it up past level 1. It is like you should level that up. Like it does 6 extra damage points each level. It does 1 extra point of armor reduction. I mean, that's just amazing. It's a great spell. It's kind of the reason that Alchemist is played as a support now, and why a lot of players think that Alchemist is a bit overpowered as a support, because Acid Spray is so damn good, especially when you partner that with Unstable Concoction that does so much damage. I mean,
if you get a full Unstable Concoction with Acid Spray down, you'll take a support down to half health instantly.
Yeah, I mean that's half of a Lion Finger of Death, 360 damage at max damage. That's
more
crazy.
because of the Acid Spray.
Yeah, so it's crazy. It's something. It's just I don't know what this Alchemist is thinking getting this Grievel's Greed. He's not really gonna farm very quickly. He's level 8. I don't know. It seems like a really weird decision. One thing that I could argue for, even though a lot of pros would argue totally against me, and for very legitimate reasons, if you're looking at spells that don't really need extra levels in, maybe you could just get 1 point in stats. And I think the Weaver kind of agrees with me. Is 1 point in Swarm, because there's no armor reduction as it levels up. It's still 1 armor reduction per hit, and it's not even like the bugs are tankier as you level up either. So
yeah, when I play Weaver, I like to get an early point into Swarm. It can really help if you're going gank style and not farming. If you're just farming, you don't really need it, but if you are going a little bit and you want to make sure you can have the opportunity to get kills, it's very nice. But one thing I wanted to say before, let's see, hopefully are we gonna have some action here? Are they gonna go on the Night Stalker mid, or are they gonna go on this? No, they look like they want to do something, but they don't have all their heroes here. In the meantime, the bottom lane, I'm going to go on OD, and they're going to get him for sure. Oh, well, no, he's a Force Staff. He's going to get a Weaver Bug, and he's going to be slow, but they're just going to take the tower instead. It does have backdoor, so no, they won't get that either. Anyway, what I was going to say is OD he can actually do surprisingly large amount of damage in the very late game when he gets a refresher. When OD has a refresher, he does massive damage with his ultimate.
Arrow does land on the OD.
Yeah, but no one there. They're a little split up right now. They're split pushing them down, which is good, but it means they can't really take a 5-on-5 fight. And in fact,
Mirana.
Oh, good leap, good escape there.
Yeah,
She was prepared to do it the whole time.
That
I think they're gonna
he just
easily
wanted to decorate his outhouse. That's all he was doing.
Yeah.
Just
They're
wanted
gonna
to
easily get
decorate
this
his
bottom
outhouse.
tower.
And that is going to be a pretty quick Mystic Staff on the OD actually.
Yeah, he's farming very well there. My net worth has fixed itself now. The Lone Druid is sitting at 10k, and the OD and the Night Stalker aren't far behind. But again, they have the Weaver and the Mirana too as well. And man, they're already trying to push Rax. But oh, here we go. Lich ultimate gonna drop out. It's gonna hit creeps. Gonna hit Weaver. Gonna bounce around and unfortunate. Oh, they're gonna get the Lone Druid though. They will get the Lone Druid. Acid Spray will take care of it, and the Weaver will just back up in the meantime. Mirana trades for Lich in the mid lane. I did not see that.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking.
Yeah, the high ground did 21 minutes.
High ground with 2 heroes. Ooh, in the top lane though.
Yep. They're gonna get an ultimate off of the Venomancer. I don't think anyone's gonna die here actually. I think the Raiden will just run there. We're gonna try to pursue him out here. The Night Stalker, oh, he gets hit by bugs. They have vision. He'll go down. He will go down. They really can't save him. Venomancer will be able to save him. Nope, Venomancer. Where is he? There he is. Wait, did he TP out? I'm so confused. Where is the Venomancer?
He's right in the lane.
He's on the Dire. I don't know what happened. I got so confused there. I guess I meant the Wind Ranger. She was the one running away. Right. My bad.
Glyph is going to be popped in the middle lane, and ooh, OD is in an awkward position, but it is just a Mirana, so he should be just fine, I think.
Yeah, and the Dire is making easy pickings of these outer tier towers.
The OD did actually get an Invis rune, so we'll see what he's going to do to the outhouse after this.
Yeah, the Lich got swapped out there and just destroyed.
Oh, I didn't even see the Lich. Oh, yeah. In the top lane?
Yeah, swapped in and just Weaver plus bonus damage equals that.
I don't even know what they were thinking.
They're going to TP and try to get an engage off here. Is there a good shackle? She wants to line it up. She wants one person. I think they'll just get the Venomancer. Alchemist is going to stun himself, but they should be able to get the Venom at the very least. Oh, arrow might... No, power shot does seal the deal down. Mirana has to worry about getting out of there. So they trade the Venomancer in order to escape with the Weaver and the Venge.
You know, I want to say what's interesting is in the picking phase, we didn't even see Crystal Maiden in the ban or pick pool, I don't think.
Yeah, she's very... Look at Lone Druid at the bottom lane. He's going to get tower.
I had my thing. Oh, he's going to get the Lich, too.
What is this game? Night Stalker is going to try to get him out here, but I think he has Invis. I think he gets out. No, the silence is preventing his Invis, so they'll kill him. And he will get... I guess that's a good trade. It is very early.
I don't know if that actually did what I thought it did, but I'm pretty certain the Alchemist stunned himself but did damage to the Lone Druid.
Yeah, it does do an AoE stun there. Oh, Venomancer actually picks up the Aghanims. That's a pretty big item on him. It makes his ulti do so much damage, especially on squishy heroes.
I will say it has been proven Night Stalker coming up behind these dire heroes.
He wants to get the Venge. I think he gets him relatively easy unless he takes an arrow. We're on trying to line it up, and she will not hit it, so I think the Venge does die. Oh no, here comes... I think the Night Stalker's going to pay with his life here. Is the Venge going to get away? No, she does eventually go down, but that's not a trade you want to make.
Yeah, that cheeky swap, man. She almost survived with it, too.
She almost did. But yeah, I mean, a support for your main carry, Night Stalker, is just not good. He does have his Midas off cooldown, or on cooldown, so that's good, but he's died a lot. He's 7 and 6.
Yeah, I actually don't... it's a weird... Ooh, Shackle on the Venomancer.
He is a dead man.
Yeah, poor Venomancer. But anyway, yeah, you have to go for a Vanguard, which... I mean, with all the extra gold you're getting, I guess you're thinking, hey, I should just stay alive longer in these fights and stuff. And you know, it's totally fair against a Radiance, you know, to have more health. But honestly, I think a BKB would have been more viable. Ooh, a stun is going to land on Mirana.
Bit of trouble. Can catch up. No, they're not going to try.
If they had a Mirana on their team, they would have been able to stack that stun.
Yeah. Interesting, I'm looking here. Look at Weaver's inventory. He just got his Lincoln Sphere. Which seems a little late, and I think it was late because he bought a Mithril Hammer first.
You bought it first, you think?
I think so, because he just got his Lincolns. And we were talking about him getting the Lincolns soon at 18 minutes, which was 7 minutes ago.
Yeah, in fairness, he hasn't been a part of any of these fights that have been happening, so it doesn't really matter whether he got his Lincolns at before the Mithril Hammer or whatever.
This is true. It's an interesting decision, to be honest.
It is very strange, yeah. Ooh, in the top lane, Mirana's just gonna TP out, and there's no basher on the Night Stalker, so
yeah.
Yeah, and
Night Stalker pops, once he pops the Void, you can just TP out because it is long enough cooldown to not be able to drop another one.
Yep. Do we have a shackle? No. Okay. Yeah. So like I was saying, the Night Stalker, he's getting the BKB now, but it's gonna be late. You know, oh, he's actually in a really bad place. He might be dead.
He might be very dead, actually. Yeah, if they can get... Oh, the Gale, is it going to miss? Yeah, it misses, so he might be able to just run out. They're going to ulti him. If they don't have another... Ooh, Swap might do it. He's going to run the other direction, but he seems to be taking a lot of damage from all these Venomancers.
Ooh,
I think he does die. Yeah, I think he does die to this. Unless he... Oh, he has Magic Wand. Yeah, he'll just barely save him. Just barely. In the meantime...
That's close.
Alchemist on the run. Weaver chasing
stun on the Windrunner, and... Oh, what? Did that arrow miss because of the wind run?
I didn't notice. Remember, we were lagging pretty bad, so it could have just missed.
Yeah, I guess it could have. It looked like it went right through the Windrunner, and I'm pretty sure Windrun doesn't dodge arrows.
Yeah, I think the Dire are just gonna roll over some Rex here now. There's 3 down on the Radiant. And the Night Stalker, oh, if he gets rooted, it's gonna be bad. Oh, doesn't actually, the bear doesn't attack there. Is he out of range? No, he's there. I don't know why the bear decided not to attack. But I think the Dire are actually gonna get close to winning the game here.
Yeah, I think
yep,
it's, yeah,
GG's
they already called GG, and that's gonna be the end of the game.
Wow, I forgot team games ended GG. So the game just kind of was a very strange one. Kind of just seemed to spiral out of control for the Radiant in an oddly chaotic way.
Yeah, I think it helped. It's the Lone Druid, man. It's if you get ahead and you have a Lone Druid, there's just no way of coming back. Pretty much,
Yeah.
He's just such a hard carry. He's got 12 slots. He's got 12 slots. I mean, what can you do against 12 slots? They really needed to, I guess shut him down in some way, or not let the aggression turn as poorly as it did. But
Yeah, the Radiant just they had some good early game ganks. The kill score they were in the lead though, I think it was 6-5, and they had a nice 2,000 gold lead, and things were going well for him. They had an early Midas in the Night Stalker. The OD wasn't too far behind. He did get ganked once, but after that he caught right back up. And look at his inventory now. He has still Shiva's 4-staff treads. So as I get disconnected, but they had things going well for them. It was just at one point, I think the Dire had that big team fight win where they ulted in, and the Radiant just could not come back from that under anyway.
Yeah, and also some strange item choices as well, I think hurt them a bit. It was part of it. They weren't able to really fight in the way that they wanted to.
Right.
I think honestly the quick Midas on the Night Stalker is not something that is good. Honestly, like I could use another word, but the thing is, in the olden days with Night Stalker, first night, all you need is an urn, right? And that's great. These days, though, you're going to be fighting on second night, and by second night, he had Phase Boots, urn, Midas. So that wasn't good enough to take heroes down. It just simply wasn't.
Yep.
He just didn't have the ability to do that, and you kind of want the Night Stalker to kind of steamroll and do well in that second nighttime, and the second nighttime just really didn't do that well for him. And the choice of Midas, the reason that I say it's odd is because, what are you going to out-farm a Lone Druid? You're not going to. That's not going to happen. You Midas or not, it's just not going to happen. So, yeah, it's an interesting choice. A couple odd choices and a couple bad engagements, I say. And by the way, my pre-game prediction, totally right.
Yeah. You did change it at the end, though.
Well, yeah, that's fair. No, but yeah, they spent too much time in Photoshop, baby. That's what happened. Actually, you know what's funny is the last couple of times that I've done that, and there's been a team with like a fancy logo and a team with a shitty logo or just like a black box. The team with the black box drafts outside of the box. They think of like they just got Lone Druid because it's good against OD and mid. So fuck it, whatever, get him right. The other team, they just drafted like, it seems like what they saw on streams and what they know they can play. Didn't really think outside the box, do anything kind of crazy.
It was a very squishy team besides the Night Stalker.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, and they had so much burst for the Alchemist ulti that his ulti didn't really matter.
Yeah, that was the other thing, too, is the Alchemist, like, with the Greevil's Greed, man. What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
In the end, it just comes down to poor execution, honestly, in the early mid-game. They just couldn't do anything really right around that time.
Yep. Yeah. I think skill builds, item builds, bad execution in team fights, but, they did their best. And
they really didn't kill the Lone Druid. He got a killing spree early on, and he just rolled after that.
Yeah, I mean, he ended up with 3 deaths, so he really didn't get killed very often. And it looks like he also DC'd, so his internet probably wasn't even that good. But, yeah, that was a good game. That was fun. Thanks for joining me, Austin.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
Enjoyable. Yeah. So, boobs and butts, boob farts,
Yeah, boob butt parts. Also, hopefully Rob doesn't ask me to do this at midnight again next time.
Yeah, I ask late for things. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Austin, you're going to have to be quiet for like 15 seconds. You want to say goodbye to the people at home?
I was saying goodbye, people. Goodbye.
Okay. You're going to have to, you're going to be quiet for like 15 seconds. So.
I'm quiet.
All right. So, anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. There's been another cast of Dota 2. Hopefully you guys are still enjoying them. I think you are. So, that's good. Yeah. This is Alpacapatrol signing out. Peace, fools.